What if the first man remembered for sailing around the world never actually finished the journey? Ferdinand Magellan crossed vast oceans, faced rebellion, hunger, and death. Yet, the greatest twist came before the voyage was complete. The world changed forever, and he never returned home. How can a man be remembered for the first voyage around the world if he never finished it? He began one of the most significant voyages in human history, leading ships across the Atlantic. He searched for a passage through South America, entering an ocean that Europeans barely understood. But before the circle closed, Magellan died far from Spain, on an island in the Pacific. So why does his name endure? Because some journeys outgrow the individuals who embark on them. Magellan's expedition transformed humanities. Before this voyage, many educated Europeans believed the world was round. Yet, knowing something on a map differs from proving it with ships, bodies, hunger, fear, and human lives. This journey revealed that oceans were interconnected, and that the planet was far larger than many had imagined. It ushered in a new era of global travel, trade. To understand why Magellan risked everything, we must ask a simple question. What could compel kings to send ships into unknown oceans? The answer lies in something small enough to hold in one hand: spices. Today, spices might seem ordinary: pepper, cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg. But in the early 1500s, they represented wealth, status, and power. A ship laden with spices from Asia could make investors rich. But why were spices? They traveled long, dangerous trade routes, passing through many hands before reaching Europe, inflating their worth with each step. Whoever controlled the route to the Spice Islands could dominate one of the richest trades in the world. But if spices were so precious, why did Spain need Magellan? Portugal had already gained the upper hand, having sailed around Africa and into the Indian Ocean, establishing strong influence. Spain desired its own path to the wealth of the East, but needed an alternative route. After Columbus crossed the Atlantic in 1492, Spain believed a western route to Asia existed. However, the world was more complex than Columbus had envisioned. A vast continent lay between Europe and Asia, and the shape of this land was still a mystery to Europeans. If Asia could not be reached directly across the Atlantic, perhaps a hidden passage. This hope became Magellan's driving force. Born Portuguese, Magellan possessed experience in ocean travel, empire, and trade. He believed that ships could sail west, find a passage through the Americas, cross another ocean, and reach the Spice Islands from the opposite side of the world. But Portugal rejected his proposal. In a bold and risky move, he turned to Spain, his homeland's rival. A Portuguese sailor seeking service from the Spanish crown was no small decision. Spain and Portugal competed fiercely for oceans, routes, lands, and wealth. Spain recognized the value in Magellan's plan. If he succeeded, Spain could challenge Portuguese dominance in Asian trade. Thus, this voyage was never merely about curiosity. It was a quest for maps, money, rivalry, and empire. Behind the allure, the world was being divided by those brave, desperate, or ambitious enough to venture into the unknown. Yet, before Magellan could confront the world's greatest ocean, he had to face a danger lurking within his own fleet. Was the sea his first adversary? No. His first enemy was distrust. In 1519, Magellan set sail from Spain with 5 ships: Trinidad, San Antonio, Conception, Victoria, and Santiago. But at sea, they were fragile wooden bodies bearing men into a merciless world. Every wave could spell danger. Every delay could lead to hunger. Every poor decision could result in death. From the start, tension plagued the expedition. Magellan was Portuguese, yet many officers and sailors were Spanish. He led ships for Spain, but some doubted his judgment and loyalty, questioning whether to follow him into the unknown. Distrust on land can be uncomfortable. At sea, it can be deadly. The fleet crossed the Atlantic, moving down the South American coast, seeking a passage that might not exist. Every bay, every river mouth, every opening in the coastline offered hope, only to yield disappointment. As they sailed farther south, the air turned colder. The sea darkened. Food became scarce. Patience thinned. What unfolded? Some captains turned against Magellan, believing he had ventured too far. To them, he was not a visionary, but a dangerous man leading them toward disaster. Magellan responded with force, crushing the rebellion and punishing the leaders. This moment reveals why his story is complex. Magellan was brave and determined, yet also harsh. He possessed the will to continue, but demanded obedience at a terrible cost. Soon after, the Santiago wrecked while exploring the coast, leaving the fleet smaller and weaker. Still, Magellan pressed on, and then, near South America's southern end, they discovered what they sought: a passage, narrow, cold, twisting, and fraught with danger. Dark waters flowed between harsh lands, with unpredictable winds. The ships navigated carefully through channels where a single error could spell disaster.